can't answer that question clearly, that tells us there's a problem. We think it's here, so let's go do some work in that space. The same system can be applied at any scale, really. So yeah, that's how it's evolved, and I'm leaders and on my own business as well.
Are leaders nowadays, like from your career, is there more attention given to this now? Like,
No.
Okay. Still not enough. Yeah.
Still not enough. I think, we're very much know what to do all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's very hard for a leader to say, actually, I need some help. I don't know this. And the way that we work, the systems that we run our companies by, were actually created more than 100 years ago, typically. Certainly for the bigger established companies and anyone who's worked in corporate. They were created for the third industrial age, which was steam, right? Factories, ways of doing things like that, for an uneducated workforce where the managers had all the answers. But we're just entering the fifth industrial age of AI. We've gone through digital, some are going through digital. We have AI as well. And those old systems are letting us down. We talked earlier about decision fatigue. This environment around us has changed, and it's creating new problems that the old ways are not helping us address.
Mm-hmm.
So when I talk with leaders, I say, look, you're the expert on what you do. I'm not claiming to be that, but I'm an expert on how you get that done and how we design a system for your company to run.
What would be like the most common stumbling blocks for leaders? Or is it pretty unique to each case?
There are definitely some common patterns that I'm seeing already. Doesn't have to be that way, but it's most common at the moment. And what's getting in their way, I think, is a few things. First of all, they're not really clear, especially if you think about corporate. They're not able to tie the work they and their teams do every day up to something that the business values, not very clearly. Right? So it's really hard to say, yeah, I do this and it creates this impact. Maybe if you're a sales team, but if you're not, it gets much harder. When you can't do that, you can't decide what to say no to. Right? How do I prioritize if I'm not really clear what the most important thing is? When you get too much work, it gets chaotic, we get overwhelmed. And we then start clinging to the things that feel controllable. So that's like your plan or your job description or your routines the way that you do things because they're comfortable. So you retreat to those. But when you do that, you lose sight of the value that you're supposed to be creating. You're just focusing on something small. That basically creates these toxic cultures that we experience, right? Of blame, fear, because you aren't delivering the value you think you should be.